welcome into Weekend Recharge. I'm LaRosa.
And I'm Paul Goodlow. Well, winter is finally coming out of hibernation this final weekend of January.
Yeah, most of you can kiss those unseasonably warm temperatures in the 60s and 70s goodbye. And then there's after what has felt like a very mild, in every sense of the word, weather month so far for January. Take a look at this stat, DC. 13 straight days above freezing. Let's let that sink in what that means. That means highs and lows did not dip below freezing. It's the longest January streak dating back to 1871. And you can see going forward, I mean, even Sunday morning, this weekend, tomorrow morning, at 32 degrees. So we've been sort of this marginally cold, highs into the 40s. Well, as we get into the later part of this weekend, we've been talking about that colder air. It's influencing the lake effect. Well, that's going to continue to shift down to the south and then over to the east, where you see the shades of purple. That's where we're seeing a little bit more of that taste of winter, while others in the southeast, it's more a return to average winter, right? So today, that means 35 in Pittsburgh, 30 in Buffalo. But notice D.C., New York, hanging on to the 40s even as we get in through tomorrow. Below freezing from Chicago and Minneapolis, 34 in Cincinnati. So we get to now Monday and we start to see a little bit cooler there in New York and DC, back down into the 30s. Again, still this time of year, we're looking at lows, average highs into the low 30s. By Tuesday, we're hanging on to the 30s, a few 20s, including Burlington, International Falls, Chicago. You're back up to 37. If you're wondering when do we kind of bottom out for average highs for the winter and when we start kind of bouncing back up towards spring, well, we're seeing the shades of green. We're pretty much there. We've got another few weeks in some places early February, including parts of the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, but we're almost there. We've still got more winter to go.
Yeah, it was about time we finally get cold. It is January almost.
Hovering around 40, and you still have enough of a wind that puts a little edge on all of it. So let's talk some stats here because, again, it probably feels true, right? And it actually is. Warmest start to January since 2006. Near or below average temperatures, though, as we get into late next week. So in the meantime, yes, 40 may feel cool. 37 probably is going to feel chilly, but again, that's still getting closer to average than where we have been. So this weekend, there's this familiar map here, the big dip with the colder air coming on down. It's colder, it's drier, everything that goes along with that into next week. So it'll take some time before that really bigger chill kind of settles in. So what does that mean in the meantime? It means we're still in the 40s from D.C. to New York, 30s from Chicago, Alpena, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh, 41 in Cincinnati. We get to tomorrow, a little bit more of that settling in. We're still hanging on to the 40s, though, in D.C. and in New York. That gets wiped away with highs in the 30s come Monday, and we're still below freezing now. Buffalo and Pittsburgh, Alpena into the 30s in Cincinnati. And then by Tuesday, we see some recovery here, still hanging on to the chill for upstate New York into New England, including Buffalo and Burlington. But look at this, the average time as we bottom out those averages, Paul, we're getting close. We're almost there in through the Northeast and New England. Backed by popular demand in our head.
Cue the bubbles.
The car wash forecast is back. You know, it's been such a crazy last few weekends that, you know, sometimes things have to get pushed aside to make room for, you know, important information. But now we have bubbles.
Squirrel.
All right, so this is our segment that we are bringing back where we give you the forecast, but in terms of do I or don't I wash the car? And hopefully that helps some people.
Or have the car washed.
I like your style.
At these temperatures, you might want to have the car washed here in Charlotte today. 52 degrees, but then a slight chance of showers on Sunday. A better chance of maybe some snow showers Sunday night in western North Carolina, but still in the 50s as you head on towards Sunday.
All right, Atlanta, if you're going to do it, do today. We've got beautiful sunshine. Then you get the sparkle, so you go for the extra buff. You get that sparkle.
Waxed it up.
Yeah, because, you know, lots going on in the city tomorrow with all the Rise Up, Atlanta Falcons, pep rallies and things. You want to stroll in looking good. There you go. All right, Miami. All right, today is, if you're going to do it today or not because you got rain tomorrow.
Whoa.
So how does that work?
Well, look at the temperatures. What Florida says, boots with the fur, you got the jeans with the fur, you got the sweatpants with the fur. I mean, this is Arctic for Miami, but rest of us, not a bad day. But still, rain coming in on Sunday.
Yeah, all right, Chicago. I mean, I don't even know what to do with this.
Have the car washed.
I would just hang out until spring, but at least you're precipitation free for the most part. We're calling 10 and 20% chance because we have the lake effect cranking, so you may get some of the flurries and snow showers.
Light snow, not a huge snowstorm for you at all, but there's been enough that your car has that kind of salty, gringy grime on it.
where you forget the color,
yes.
Anymore.
Cleveland, though, you're in the thick of it. This is not the best car wash forecast for you at all. Lake effect snow continues into next week as well, so you might want to wait till maybe